Let me know in the chat room if you can hear my sound. Let me know if you can hear the sound. Julia, I was thinking about you. I want to know if you want to come on in on this one. But just give me a few to let my feelings flow. But let me know if you can hear me. If the sound is clear, please let me know. Please let me know if you can hear me. Sound check, because we're going to cook on this one tonight. This was something, I was actually laying in the bed and I was on the phone. Looking at stuff, and I'm like, I finally saw this. Let me know. Okay, good. You can hear me clearly. Thank you so much, Julia. You know, I had a long day in the sun. We got some good footage at the Botanical Garden, but it was not really a good day at the Botanical Garden. It was just like we didn't see much. And Mrs. Scurv and I found a new spot to find some plants, and we got some stuff, and so we came on in. And I just felt like laying down. It rained really bad. And we got kind of caught in it. So we had to delay, but it was a beautiful moment. And I was pretty much just having a great day. I'm not going to say off because I had intended to come in and do the show. And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to just cook on this. I can't, they might ban me after this show. They might ban me and say, hey, listen, you know, so I got to be careful that it's not viewed as hate speech, right? So I was laying in the bed. I don't even feel, I was a little oily. I'm clean, but you know, when you lay down, you start sweating and everything, and that's this. But let's get into this, y'all. Come on. How many people already heard the news of this? And it hit me so hard because I really haven't been, I'm gonna shoot from the hip. I haven't been keeping up with this story. It's just weird to me. It's just straight weird. This is 2023, right? And I'm in the twilight zone. I'm just an old man. I need to get, when we finish, I'll get a mantle and get old pictures from when things were normal. Come on, it's bad enough with racism in the world. It's bad enough that there are little kids that are hungry in the world. It's bad enough that veterans are living under bridges and you know, I'm not into the whole war thing and military thing, but come on, the country needs to do better, but they're pushing this thing. They're pushing so many agendas, and then you have people who say, oh, there's no agenda. This is an agenda. This is an agenda. And I'm seeing an article where Dwayne Wade said, the title, Dwayne Wade says, trans daughter Zaya, new gender identity since she was 3 years old. Man, you sick. You're sick. And something's wrong with you. You got a mental issue. 3 years old. How did, I don't even know what to call it, a she or a he. It's a he. As much as they're dressing it up right now as a little girl, there's a penis between the legs. So you condone your son's penis to get cut off? Wouldn't that be looked at as a crime? I can see now in a court of law, some wild man or some father looks at the child and says, I'm going to cut the penis off, and cuts the penis off. And I'm not guilty. Dwayne Wade, they intend to do that too, or even after it's done. It's like 3 years. So is this child 15 years old? There's a lot of facts I don't know. I'm not a reporter, y'all. I'm that dude that you're kicking it with at the supermarket checkout line. In the supermarket parking lot, we started talking, and we're talking for a few minutes. This is important. And why do black people have to be the face of all this decades? And I don't want to hear nobody in the LGBTQ community come at me and say this is hate speech. If you say it, you're sick. If you say that this is hate speech from me, you're sick. And I want to hear any one of you in that community. Now I'm going to poke on that community. I have a right to my viewpoint, perspective, and opinion. But you want to drown that out. We have to be quiet, like we can't say anything about this stuff. This is too far. It's a child, man. And you as a black man going to say something that Zaya knew gender identity since she was 3 years old? 3 years old, walking around. Just walking, maybe. I don't know. You don't know nothing about sexuality. You don't have any hormones in your body. So you know that you want to be something else. Something's wrong with Dwayne Wade. All the time I've been typing in Dwayne Wade, I'm like, this is a typo. DW, what? No. What kind of typo? He spells his first name weird. That's strike number one. You weird, man. And really, could you imagine Dwayne Wade being at a social gathering and people didn't know? It's like, you know, sit around and drink. Hey, this is Dwayne Wade, basketball player. You know, I don't go watch him, right? And Dwayne Wade, hey, what do you do? Well, I own a construction company, and you know, I have like 5 sons, but 3 of them are interested in it, and the other 2 I don't know, but they're free to do what they want. Well, what do you think they're interested in? Well, one wants to go into aeronautics, the other one wants to go into the pharmaceutical, industry. Oh, that's good. That's good. How many children are there? 2 or 3? I'm not sure. So I can see, like, well, what do you do? Well, I'm a professional basketball player. I don't know if he plays now or he's retired. I don't know. I don't really care. But yeah. The good news, I had some good news recently. What? Well, my child just legally changed the name and they're considered transgender. Yeah. You said child. What are they like in their 20s, 30s, or something like that? It couldn't be because you're not that old. How old are they? Oh, they're 15. 15? Yeah. And the good news is that so many people are backing us up. My child is looked at as a leader. Yeah. And from 3 years old, they knew from 3 years old that they were not what they want to be. They were born the wrong way. Okay. Could you imagine? Hey, sir, come back. I want to see more. I'm getting the hell on up out of here. I don't want to hear no more of this Frankenstein stuff. Yo, Dwayne Wade, let me tell you something. I get weirdo vibes from him. He's a straight weirdo. He had something to do with this. This is my opinion. He had something to do with this. He's in the crib, got the baby laying next to him. Oh, little Zaya, you're such a beautiful girl. Thank you, Daddy. They don't know what girl and boy is. They just don't know what's going on between the legs. Dwayne Wade, you a down low brother. That's what I think. I get down low weirdo vibes, right? It's worse look, this is my opinion. Get mad all you want to, and it's a little entertaining. I'm not going to sit here, well, I think that so and so and so. No, I am amped right now. I'm disappointed in this world. I have the right to say what I want to say. I come from a different planet. If somebody catapulted me into the future from when I was 20 years old, 40 years ago, said, we're going to take you. I'm like, first of all, I don't want to see it. It's probably some weird stuff going on. But to see what is going on right now. And it's ordained and condoned. And people are like, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Congratulations for this? A child. Let me hear somebody from the LGBTQ community tell me that this is right. A child. When you turn 18, you go on and do whatever you want to do. right? But a child, and then to say like that requires some kind of psychological investigation. That's like abuse. You raise your children a certain way and let them go on and do, and okay, even if I'll bend a little bit. I'll bend a little bit. Leave that stuff alone. Raise them as they were born. Love them as they were born. Leave that stuff alone. Listen, this is what you want to do. I don't want to hear about it. When you turn 18, you do what you want to do. There's a job that I have to do as a father and your mother, right? But that other stuff, that is not in this house. So I'm not going to not love you. I'm not going to not provide for you, but I don't know about that stuff, right? There's something wrong from that young for them to say that you knew. Let's see what this article, maybe I can put up. Let me see if I can put it up on the screen so we can share it. Okay, let me see something for a second. Share screen. Let me see if I can share this bad boy. There's okay, I don't want to show them notifications for this, but this is just, let me put this up on the screen. Let me get the name right. Lapsed SWAT. Oh, LAPD SWAT 1. Yes. How bad will this get? Will the agenda continue to push? Putin spoke about Western degeneracies. Good. Putin's a white man just like the rest of them little demons sometime. But you know what? I'm talking about some sense here. I'm talking about, I don't care what race you are. If you're doing this kind of stuff, something's wrong with you. And if you happen to be a white man, or I don't care. Thank you for the 5-piece chicken nuggets. I'm with you. This is one time that we who feel a certain way about what things are going on, we got to come together. I'm telling you, we got to stand on truth. White, black, Indian, Latino, Asian, whatever have you. The world's going crazy with the brink of war, and we got this mess going on, right? And LAPD SWAT, back in 2001, when I was in the Corrections Academy in Orange County Corrections Department, they saw how good I was shooting as a rookie, right? And SWAT there came to me on the spot. They're like, listen, do your year, you know what I mean? And get out of the jail and come with us. But I didn't want to do that, So if you are a cop and SWAT and all the mentality it takes, you gotta be rough and tough. I admit, I can survive in the jail. They can riot, they can fight. I'll jump in in the middle of all of it. I have done that. But outside, guns, nah, man. Me protecting myself, yeah. But getting shot at or whatever, so I take my hat off to you, but thank you so much. It will get bad. It is going to get worse. I don't know. I'm really disappointed in this world the way it is. Let me just see if I can share this and read this out. Okay, let's see. Share screen. Okay, right here. Share. Let me get back out of here and reduce. Okay, what did I do? Let me just take myself out of this equation. Okay, we'll read it like that. Now, let me see if I can maximize it. It's just too small. I'll just scroll down through it, but I just want it to be seen here. I have my, you know what? Let me take away this banner for a second so we can see everything. Okay, good. Still, it didn't get any better, but anyway, I just want this as proof so people don't say I'm saying anything false. Okay, let's read this. Following a court battle between Dywane Wade and his ex-wife, Siobhan Funches Wade. I'll just say ex-wife from now on. That's a messed up, sounds like a foreign dish in a 5-star restaurant. Their transgender daughter, Zaya, has been granted a legal name and gender change. A Los Angeles County judge signed off on the new identity for Dwayne's 15-year-old child. 15, right? 15-year-old child. The 40-year-old former professional basketball player's daughter, who came out as trans back in 2019. So that's 4 years ago, right? So you were 11 when you came out as, or they say at the age of 12, depending on how the birthdays fall during the year, is now legally named Zaya Malachi Iramis Wade. What kind of, I don't know. The judge also granted her official gender change from male to female. The petition for the name and the gender was filed last August. Last November, Zaya's mother contested, yes, as she should, the petition made by Wade, claiming that their child was being pressured financially to make the decision. I can believe that. I can believe that. Plus, Dwayne Wade is a straight weirdo. Since coming out, Zaya has won modeling contracts with brands like Tiffany, Dove, and amassed hundreds of thousands of social media followers. According to her mother, she is also in the talks for deals with Disney. Of course. Of course, this is what Disney is all about. And it is a monetary thing. And who knows that this is I'm not going to say it's a scam, but you mean Dwayne Wade is standing there like, hey, we're going to make a whole lot of money. We got a whole lot of money to make. So I'm going to roll with this. And because he is the father, he is going to get so many perks because he is the father of this boy who wanted to change his sex. And he's going to go, you think this is something like from 3 years old he knew? How did a 3-year-old tell you this when they do not know about dick and pussy, when they don't know about sexual desires? I mean, the little boy is laying there in a daycare or somewhere where there's a bunch of kids around and saying, I like the boys over there. I like the boys over there. I gotta come out. Daddy, let me get some more French fries or give me some more ice cream or let's go to Disney. But I just want to let you know, I think that little boy over there is cute and I'm not supposed to be a boy. How do you know? When did the hormones start getting used? You know? Let me see what this is. This is some photos here. This is the Daily Mall out of the UK. The retired NBA star argued in court he had the full authority to make decisions on behalf of Zaya when he was awarded custody of his 2 children in 2011 against the ex-wife, right? The ex-wife filed an objection to the Los Angeles County Superior Court in November over Zaya's name change, accusing Wade of exploiting their daughter for financial gain. It does seem that way. And see, when we had, Dwayne Wade and his wife here they were just in Ghana. And then the president of Ghana, let me get it right now. They were building this cathedral that cost all these millions of dollars. Yet Ghana is financially strapped. So once the president said, well, because they've always been against this kind of activity and LGBT stuff over here in Ghana, the people still are anyway. But there's a whole lot of them running around. Again, this is not an anti-hate, anti-LGBTQ rant or hate, because you're going to say that, and I don't care if you think that. That's not what it is. This is about a child. See, so now the president relented, and he's like, well, we'll kind of loosen the strings here as far as our stance on the LGBTQ in exchange for money from some other country, some other whatever. I don't know if it's the IMF, whatever, but we gonna get money. Let the Vaseline flow. Let the KY jelly flow. And they got them over here. Whenever I go in the public, like say I go to the mall or the populated areas, perpetually I'm looked at as a tourist. Unless you know me. There are a lot of people here who know me now in this neighborhood and other neighborhoods and just from social media. They, and they know, they follow. They know, oh man, welcome, good, whatever. But you got them dudes, got them girly men out here who give you that little glare, that little look and run their tongue across their lips. I'm like, yo, you better keep your tongue in your mouth. I don't get down like that. They're here. And they're going to push that here too. On the other hand, on a side note, they're going to push the gangster rap mentality here through the videos. They're doing it. They're pushing the materialism here, which is just as bad. So now we have the potential for brilliant young men and women to come up and have their minds focused, because this is still a beautiful country. It's some things going on the financial level. The economy is really terrible. It doesn't affect the American dollar when you come out here to spend it. You can still live well, but I can see where it's set up that in another 20 or 25 years, 30 years, maybe 20, the next generation comes through, it's going to be a lot different. And once they start bringing heavy drugs here, you're materialistic. The women around here, sometimes they get materialistic also. That's a oh man, that's a setup. And they want to do that all throughout the motherland. They already got the atrazine in every bit of fertilizer that you can buy. And you know, atrazine was proven to turn male frogs into female frogs that can carry eggs. It's proven. Google it if you don't believe me. That's one end of things. You have the videos, and you know they allow you seeing dudes tonguing each other down and all of this stuff, and females tonguing each other down and insinuating different things. They're blurring the lines, y'all. They're blurring the lines all over the planet, and they're aiming at black people because we are the ones who are the original people of this earth, and we set the tone and vibration for this planet. See, the others already been doing this, already been practicing this en masse. So they want to bring it here, push it here. Then they want to argue. You have some of us who are going to argue, oh, it was always there. Oh, really? Then how do we have so many babies here? How many? There's some serious FUCK going over here in the motherland right now. You see these young girls with these young babies and whatnot, and they're taking care of them now. You have families, whatever. They want to stop that. The drugs, the mind control with the videos, the fertilizer, this stuff that's put out and to be looked at as normal to this generation. This is not something that we're going to do this overnight. No, they're setting everything up while we walk around looking at reality TV shows, while we run around materialistic already, or we run around and we will march and protest and be right back at the mall spending our money at the Asian hair joint. You understand? Let me just finish reading this. Okay. Where did I leave off? Okay, yeah. In his latest filing, Wade said the allegations were unsubstantiated. He also claimed that his ex failed to prove why the name change wouldn't be in Zaya's best interest. Wade also said that the ex-wife's opposition to a court petition to allow Zaya the legal changes was what was it? Libelous and nonsensical. The ex-wife told the court in November that the NBA, what is that? Okay, yeah, alum was because I'm away from the screen. I got to come kind of screeching at. Plus, I got these bright lights in my faces making me sweat like crazy. Was looking to financially, there's a typo right there, exploit Zaya's story and amid business opportunities with companies, including Disney. Wade, who played for the Miami Heat, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Chicago Bulls during his career, told the court that it was in the best interest of Zaya to approve the petition. He's with it. What a proud father, huh? He said that a court offering affirming her identity will allow Zaya to live more comfortably and honestly in all aspects of her life, from simple introductions and food orders to applying for a driver's license and filing out college applications. Wade said the petition is about allowing Zaya to take on the milestones of being a young adult with confidence and joy. This is crazy. Let me see if I could play this video. Hold on. And let me know if you can hear the sound. Come on now. Pull it in, pull it in. Well, this is going to have some music in here. Nah, I ain't going to play this. They ain't going to strike me. Let me go on over to this next one. Share this tab instead. Let me check back at the base here. All right. Now, this is Twitter, right? And I don't know what it is up here, but I didn't Google it. I Twittered it. I searched on Twitter to see what it is. And they're talking about this. And these are, look at him though, for real. Let me see if I can make this big. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Okay, this is like a little video or something, I guess. This little one here. And that's from TNZ, so I'm not going to play it because they got them little coded noises in there. We'll just flip down and look at a few of these pictures, you know, and look at this. And let me see if I can pull in some of these comments. It's a damn shame. This is a damn shame. Let me pull in from some of these comments, make it bigger and see if I can look at some of the comments, and that's a little boy for you right there. Let's pull this in and see. Let me hit this again. No, let's just go into the next. That's crazy. That's crazy. Look like a little boy too. Wait, 3 years old, you knew what you were, right? Then what? Okay, look at that. Look at that. That's a damn shame. That's a little boy, man. Let me go back in this other direction. We'll just use these visuals and okay, that's the only one in that particular one. Knock this one out. Listen, we hanging out tonight. I'm gonna come back on the screen, but we hanging out tonight. Living her truth. Oh, wow. And everybody's in, now, am I saying that you should beat the kid or, go after them? And no, but, guide your children the proper way. If they want to stray from that, go ahead. I can't say that. Seriously, I cannot say that. Guide your children the proper way. If they want to go out in the world and do whatever they want to do, you did what you had to do as a parent. I'm old school. I'm sorry. Look at that. Now look at Dywane Wade. There's something wrong with him, man. This guy it's going to come out one day. Something's going on with him. He's living vicariously through his son who wants to be a woman. There's some sugar in this brother's tank right here. There's straight sugar. Something up. He looked like one of them dudes that when you go to the bathroom, fellas, you go to one of those bathrooms in the mall and they have the urinals. Ladies, you know what the urinal is. When you get up against the wall, you stand in front of it and pee in it, right? He's one of them dudes that when you walk all the way down to the end, right? You walk all the way down to the end to the last urinal, and the next dude happens to be Dywane Wade, comes in to the bathroom. Nobody's in there now, and you on urinal number 10. There's 9 others. The man thing to do is go to number 1. So there's maximum space between dicks. He's the kind of guy that will go to number 9 next to your number 10, whip out his penis, kind of at an angle so you can see it. I'm looking at the wall. I'm turning my head, and he's smiling at you. We both got our dicks in our hand. And what? You smiling at me? Down low. Down low. I don't care. That's my opinion. I get them vibes from him. And look at him. He's cheesing more than her or him. I'm confused. I'm sorry. I'm seeing a girl, but that's a dude. And he's still no operation. And you condone this. You're pushing this. And you're saying that this is, so they can have a better. What happens if they get into you something? What happens if they get to 18 and they start to do with the hormones and all this stuff and get ready to do the chop chop? And this little boy says, I changed my mind. What happens then? I bet you the media, Disney, all of them are like, we invested all of this money for the agenda. And this little nigger boy who didn't get it chopped off yet changes his mind. We won't invest in him anymore. But they need some prominent, popular face of a black athlete. And the wife is an actress well known. You can't miss this story. You can't miss this story. Twitter talking about it big time. Look at that. And proud of it. And the brother proud of it too. Dywane Wade, man, something wrong, something up. Okay, look at Dywane Wade right here. Look at the man body language here. Come on, fellas. I know there's different kind of fashions out here, but look at them shoes and pants, the way he's standing. He ain't into his wife. No, he's not. Something wrong with him, man. I'm telling you. Look at this. And he's always smiling more. What the heck? Gonna get his little boy a nice little place and a nice little bathroom with the big bulbs around, and I'll buy you whatever makeup you want. Yeah, you want that dress? Yo, that's weird. A black man, young like that, relatively, and he pushing it and cheesing. This is definitely something of an opportunistic money-making thing. Look, there you go. I'm not going to play this all the way because I know there's some sound in there and they just grinning and cheese. I'm so happy. I'm going to chop my penis off and I'm going to be, come on, man. Come on. It doesn't change your bone structure. Yeah, okay. You might look more of a female because the hormones ain't hitting you yet. And what's supposed to happen at this particular point in your development They start giving you the estrogen or whatever it is for the transition, for the chop. And what you going to do? You going to be right there when they chop the penis off and be all happy about it? That's sick. I don't care. No way. All right, let's get up out of here and let's talk about something else here. Let me stop sharing these screens here. Come on back. I haven't seen the chat room, so I don't know whether folks are mad at me, whether you agree with me or what. You know what? I'm just going to put it out there. That's just what it is, right? Oh, yeah. I'm going to put this up here. Big time DL. I can see it. I can sniff a DL dude. There's been a lot of DL dudes, come on now, that have hit on me, Oh, man. Yeah, getting paid for pushing the agenda. That's exactly what it is. Let me come out of this screen, y'all. Let's come out of the screen. Where was I? Right here? Okay, cool. Let's put this banner back around to keep the information going. What are we going to do? And you talk about, I'm not seeing anybody here. I'm not even saying, like I said, these lights are killing me. This is not going to be a long show tonight, but we will do them just every day. Just do them every day. That's why I put up their weekend edition. I had to make the graphic to say that because it has a time for during the week and 5 to 7 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Those who claim to be in the faith, in religion. What do you think about this? You see, you talk about, let's just say, I'll say creator, universe, you want to say God, the supreme force. Because like I always say, we didn't put ourselves here like this. You ain't that good. That you came from somewhere else and don't even remember where you came from, and you put yourself here and you were totally defenseless and dependent on your parents and caregivers. So there is a system in place that we had nothing to do with that we're going through. And it's a process. You ever see a vehicle being made, it's the shell of the vehicle, and they lower the engine in, and they put the tires on, they do all this stuff, whatever, and go down the assembly line. But that's with us in this existence. We're being formed and developed, and this particular life is one of those segments. It's one of those parts. And we come out of here and we go on higher and higher and higher to our ultimate, if you can say as an end, to our ultimate manifestation. And for the looks of it, the way this world is, we got a long way to go. And if you give in and go along with this stuff, you're gonna suffer the doom of being one of those sperms that didn't make it. I want to stay on course, and I'm not gonna go away from what's right. This society, this world, to accept it. Hey, Putin, I'm with you, man. The Western decadence, I'm with you on that. And people demonize Putin. They boxed him into a situation and they want to use propaganda to demonize him. So those who don't like that, just hit the X. That's what it is. And none of these leaders are innocent either. I'm not defending everything that this man has done. He's vicious too, but he's right in calling it out. He's right in calling it out. Yes, he is. And on that note, I will stand by him on that because I come up out of the West. I can tell you they doing some nasty things in America. They were doing nasty things when I was young. I had my little freaky nasty times with women, but they're doing some nasty stuff. And I talk about that, and I will talk about that on Patreon. Matter of fact, I'm going to record a Patreon and upload it. I did another one that's kind of, out there. If you check Patreon, LanceScurv, I'll be doing daily uploads there. It might be like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, but I got my microphone here and I'm ready. And after this, I'm going to do that. But for those who are in the religious community, okay, how does TD Snakes, the walrus, how does he feel about this? Because it's all about money for him, because he said Jesus was a business. And yet your fools still go over there. Well, it's not about what he said. It's about the Lord and about my relationship, my personal relationship with Jesus Christ, whatever. Then you should not be compromised. We're not going to argue whether he existed or things would change or he was black or he was white. I'm not arguing about that. The standard in which they say he represents. What would Jesus do? Tell me. Ooh, my bald head is sweating. What would he do? Well, I mean, I don't want to insult nobody. But you know what? The Jesus that they present to the world, that picture of Michelangelo's lover that we see as Jesus, that white long head, that little pansy with no testosterone, probably no balls, he'd be with it. Well, you cannot hate, you so. Oh no, we have to go along with this. Religion offers no resistance to the decadence. None. It teaches you to be docile and shut your mouth and let things go along the way they have to go. If you want to say it this way, nature's world, the creator's world, is a beautiful place. And that's what I want to hold on to. And I will go further out into the wild, which is not wild. I'll look, eventually, I'm going to go so far out into Ghana, so deep, where there's no cell phone signals. The women will walk around their titties out. I ain't mad at that. And ain't no Walmart, ain't no supermarket. It's just strict, whatever, free living. No signals going through the sky. No irregular times where everything is up late at night. Everything is dead from like 6 o'clock. You go to bed when it's dark, you get up a little bit before it's early. That's what I want. I'm tired of this world this way. Do I want to leave this world? I'm talking suicidal. No. I'm just tired of it, man. You can't even go about your day without being bombarded with some foolishness. Now, the engineered man-made world, you're going to go straight to hell, symbolically, whatever you consider hell. And this really is a form of hell on your senses, on your psyche, on your peace of mind, on your balance. This is a form of hell because it has to always be invaded. And can I really complain? I got 3 computers sitting in front of me, and this is what I do. So I'm going to see it because I'm the guy who talks about this stuff. So I'm not complaining about that part, because one day, let them shut the internet down. I'll get my pencil, get my pen, and I'll just get them pads over there and just draw. Maybe the world won't see it. Maybe we can't push it out like that at one point on social media. I'll go back to the old days, like the late 70s, where you had to have your portfolio and have your thing, and the only people who could see it were the people who were right in front of you. Doesn't bother me none. Look, I'll give up my cell phones. I'll give up the computers. I'll give up all this stuff. We'll have a payphone down there somewhere. But I want to go back to that world where we had records that you had to keep your fingers clean because you didn't want to touch up the record with the oily hands of yours, eating potato chips, and all of a sudden dirt and mixes, crackles and scratches. I miss the scratches on songs. I ain't gonna lie. A world without apps. Imagine that. We've become so lazy. But see, it's just like this. You want to open up the window and take the screen back, you'll let all the mosquitoes in. So this is going to come with the so-called technology because the people are decadent and wicked anyway. And it's making us more wicked. You can go on an app, lay in your bed, go on some freaky app, some freaky homo app, and you a man and you want another man, you can make a man, you can meet him right there and come on over here and so on. And when they stab you up, then what? Oh, it's so terrible. If you live in decadent, you letting the window open and all the flies and you want to go that way, there's consequences with that. So going as a father, because that mother's a stepmother, but she ain't saying, come on, she with it too. Yes. And it's making all this stir. And is it really making a stir? Because if you say something against it on social media, they'll knock you off. There's a video of mine that was taken down today, and I have a bone to pick with YouTube. It was about marijuana. There's a brother who came out to Ghana recently, and he died mysteriously up in Cape Coast, and had some disputes. All of a sudden, oh, malaria killed him. Okay, it's rough out here. You're not afraid when you speak the truth. I'm waiting for it anytime, right here for this whole thing to be knocked down, because it may not be the traditional judgment day, but there is a filtering process. Can't you feel it? That as we age every day chronologically to move to that point of transition, that we ain't going to get out the store with the shoplifted items. We're going, boop, 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 Hey, come back over here. You can't do this stuff and get away with this. You're a father. And you can explain things to the child when they're ready for it. This is what's happening in the world. This is how we feel about it. This is my opinion about it. You know, you make your choices when you turn 18. That's it. If this is something you want to do, we can't aid you in this, but you're a father. And a father and a mother have the responsibility of guiding that child. They're putting this thing. Should they push them more to read books or be a better person, to be morally upright? Push them into decadence. And that little child is so happy, or they seem so happy. There's a spiritual element to this thing also. This is demonic. A child comes right into the world, and you as a parent say, well, from 3 years old, they knew. They knew what? They knew what? What do they know? They dealing with the basic functions. Give me a bottle, give me something to eat. I got to doo-doo, change my diaper, whatever. I'm trying to walk. They came out not thinking about it. And look, when you're a child, the world is everything you want to put your hand on because, you know, I mean, maybe you can't think back to that, but everything you question for, and as soon as you talk, daddy, mommy, what is that? That's a light. Why? So it can light up, you know, why? Because if we don't have the light, you know, to trip and fall, like I got all these wires over here and all this equipment, I'll fall on it. Why? Because gravity would make me lose my, you know, why? You ain't think about well, I think I'm gonna get out of here. That's him with his creepy down low self. You ain't no child thinking about that, but we can't say that. And Disney is lining up the contracts and money because Disney's all about that. But they little agendas with the children. I'll say it that way. We know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna say it too crazy and knock me off. I'm gonna keep the show, but I'm not scared. That's when I'm gonna start talking this real raw stuff on Patreon. And even the membership channel here, if you had to choose between the two, I set it up, but I'm not gonna go as hard on that. They say, well, you can go. No. You watching me and you'll come at me for that. Even if those videos unlisted and just for members. No, I'll do it on Patreon. I'll put all the other stuff, the walks and all the other stuff, being in Ghana, and just some things are a little hot, but I'm not going to do it because that's a setup for me, you know? But like I said, the religious community, what do they think about this? The LGBTQ community, what do you think about a child? And some of y'all will, well, I knew from 6 years old, I knew, look, ain't no way you know nothing. You telling yourself that because you like what you like. And there's a spiritual aspect to this thing. There's a spiritual influence and aspect. So many demonic forces, evil forces have been released over the face of the earth. They want to, I'm not talking no church stuff now. I'm talking what really is the negative charge energies that are out here. The world is void of love. There's less love here. It's like oxygen when you're trying to go up on a mountain that's real high. I hiked 11 of the mountains in the Adirondacks, right? 49 mountains over a mile high. And if you're not used to that, you get up where the oxygen is thin. I did it in camp back in 74 and 75. And so you get in shape. In 1974 of 74, when I went up there for 7 weeks, I went up, I was 110 pounds, little SCURV, 11 years old. When I came back, I was 85 pounds. That's a lot of weight in 7 weeks for a child. My mother and father were scared, but I was lean. I was 85 pounds, but I was all muscle, like adolescent muscle, you know, nothing rippling, right? But yeah, so your atmosphere dictates. Look at the atmosphere in this house. If he's permissive on that and telling the world that from 3 years old he knew what he wanted to be, what are you into to even be on that same wavelength? Dwayne Wade is down low. I don't want to hear it. How do you know? Look at him. I'm a straight man. I don't know nothing else. Don't want nothing else. Now, as a young man coming up, I see a good looking woman, my mouth starts watering. Oh my God, look at this thing here. Always respectful, but I couldn't help it. I'm a flaming heterosexual. So when you that on that end of the whole totem pole or the slider or the range, anything lets you know. There's certain, you ain't gonna see them kind of mannerisms out of me. If you can tell a man who's just standing in the picture, oh yeah, he's that, it's flaming off of him. You know, so he's permissive that way. Then what else is going on? What else is going on with you? How are you raised? Why do you think this way? At what point did you start thinking that way? Right? And I spelled the name wrong on the banner. I have another banner. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I could change it. Let me see here. I think there's one here. Because somebody's going to say something. Okay, let me see something. Ah, that's not it. That's not it. Let me see. And look, I put it in the right. I put it in the right way. Something wrong with him. You should know his name is. That's not how he spells Dywane. It's D-Y-W. I think it is, right? What is it? Yeah, D-Y-W. Right? The Yane. Dywane. I mean, that's the way. It's not like here. That's the normal way. So he's twisted from birth too. He's twisted from birth too. It's crazy. Like I said, I don't know, man, this whole world. But again, let me go back to that. I'm rambling right now because I'm not gonna stay on super long. I gotta record something else. You know, I'll go to like a little over an hour or anything, but it's crazy. Let me see. Let me get rid of this shared screen here. Remove. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. Stop screen. Take that out of there. You couldn't see it, but I do. Let's ask this question. Go to your churches and speak to your pastor. Have him give a sermon on this publicly, on how he feels. Right? Publicly. Let's draw the line. Children, we know the world is sick. You know what it is. Back in 1973, up to 1973, this thing was labeled as a mental sickness, and it's been taken off the books that way. Did I say what it was? Y'all know what it was. And now it's pushed over and above. Why don't we push our children in school, be better students? And I don't mean, it's a fine line. Everybody can't homeschool. We need to homeschool. I wouldn't want to be homeschooled in that household or any child of mine. But to keep away from the spiritual proximity to these things would just jump on them because they're putting these things in the schools. The churches ain't saying a damn thing. I know they won't. They're compromised. They want the money too. And there may be some little pastors, a storefront church that will speak out strong, but they ain't getting no money like that. And they're not risking it. They may have to go work a job. Let's get some pastors that work jobs. And the little offering goes right back into church. And they go visit you. Okay, my phone is ringing. Okay, all right, we're gonna cut that off. Matter of fact, I'm gonna cut the phone off because people will start calling. I want to hear my phone ring on the live show to make sure it's live. And I do say call-in, but tonight we probably won't do any call-ins. Tomorrow I'll come on live. We'll do some call-ins because I'll be up late tonight because I have some things to change, some graphics to make, and set certain things up. Right? Just being honest with you. I ain't gonna change the banner because of that. But let's see who's brave enough to speak about it. Too many cowards in the pulpit, right? We have to be a certain way in schools. The teachers can't say what they need to say when they see this mess pushed on our children. And it's gonna be the thing to do. I mean, you're gonna have boys that want to be girls and girls want to be boys. And then what? You still got to make money. You still got to eat. You still got to have a place to live. These things are not important, but they're pushing it to the forefront. So a few youngsters out here who aspire to be actors or celebrities and athletes and different things like that they push on you and try to make you aspire to be, stick to the basics. Stick to the basics. Learn what you need to learn to do what you need to do, but keep out of all of that mess. They got trannies in school, teaching about this. And I had a clip that I saved and I wish I could play it tonight, but trust me, I spoke about it before. And I'm just learning this Apple computer after being a lifetime PC guy. So bear with me. But I had erased it, right? Here's the thing. My thing is that there was a book put out. Let me know if you heard about it. There's a book put out saying that you should be open with your children. That you should be open where when you're having sexual relations with your husband or wife, leave the door cracked. So if your child has to be walking by, they can see something natural going on, right? And when you're breastfeeding, I'm not against breastfeeding because that's a natural thing. Children are going to see that, right? But the way they had the picture, it wasn't done to lewd way because it would have passed this thing out, but it's the whole shebang. Basically, you know, if you happen to be, they didn't say it this way, I would be funny, right? But they showed illustrations of the woman riding the man and the little kid looking. That way they can understand the natural thing that's going on. But I see setup. What's next, right? If you happen to be giving your man head, no, let's say that, but they might as well because they had all these new naked pictures. If you're in the shower and you're drying off, you don't have to rush to put clothes on if they're watching TV in the living room. Walk around naked. Let them see you. And the woman who was reading this, she was disgusted too. But this book is out there. They took time and wrote a book this way. How do you do that? Let's push a new agenda so that we can push sex on the children. Their eyes don't need to see that. You know, and then what? When your uncle, your horny little perverted uncle comes over, you know, massage his dick a little bit. It's okay. Why they pushing sex, this hetero sex, right? They make it. No. Next is, well, if your friend Bill is over, Fred, and he wants to blow you, and you go over your sister's house and the kids are there, do it good, let them see what happens. I'm through. I guess I'm hateful. The kids, leave kids alone, y'all. Leave the children alone. That's all we have left. You want to get it changed in society over so much that you're going to not do what you do and adults come and they choose what they want, which is bad enough. But you're going to go after the kids as almost like the Terminator when they want to kill off Sarah Connor so that she didn't have the child that was going to grow up and be that revolutionary to the system. This is what they're doing. Who knows where these demons are coming from? They coming from the future? It's so much of this pushed. You see some hosts see a rainbow, and they took the rainbow from us. It's something natural. That rainbow ain't got nothing to do with the creator. But you want to take something from us, you know what I mean? And make evil fair seeming. It's twisted. It's demonic. You're going after the children. And I'll say it this way. I'm always one on the show who says, listen, you have a right to your opinion. I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to let you do this, let you do that. But yo, this time, there's no compromise. Don't go after the children. If you think that this is right to go after the children that way, because they're pushing it there so others can see it. This is mass mind control over the children. They're going to be curious. Why is there such a fever pitch resistance to this? And they want to go to what they can't go to. And they're going to see it on their computers. They're going to see it on their cell phones. They put this in place. That's the purpose of social media. I'm not saying it's just an LGBTQ thing, but social media was given to us. And we are so happy that if we wanted to call Jamaica or call South America or call Mexico, we didn't have to be charged long distance, right? Because we had calling cards we had to buy. You know, you scratch off and you pay $50 for a calling card, a lot of time on it, and it punks out after 2 minutes. Say, hey, I'm bringing this back. They give you another one or whatever have you. Now you have WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, where you can call on. It's everything you can call on, except YouTube, right? LinkedIn. You can't call on Twitter, I don't think, right? But all these other, you can call for free. You think Gabe, that was to lure us into the cage. you have a bird cage way over there. You want to catch the bird, and you put the crumbs a little bit, and close to the entrance of the cage. And inside you put a whole lot. And they in the cage, just you watch them fool. You wait for the other ones to come in, and everything else is eaten. And you boom, you got them. So they've been to us after 911. They had what you call social media platforms and message boards, but they got tense after that because we had no privacy anyway, you know. And we got so caught up in this. They gave it to us for free. We can talk, we can look, everything is free. It's shrunk the world, but really it's mind control because now we're in the cage and we're stuck. You're driving to work and you know you're late. But you realize you forgot your phone. You're like, hell no, I'm not going to go to work without my phone. I'll be late. I'll take the day off, damn it. There was a bus driver who used to drive the company that used to drive in. He left his phone downtown in a lounge where we do our layovers and stuff. He was halfway down the route, my old 21 route, right? He turned the bus around. The people place that y'all can get off. I got to go get my phone. Well, he didn't have a job after that. Plus, what I heard, I forgot his name. He was a little, but you'd never know it though. You wouldn't think that about him. But he was scared. He said, I ain't got no lock on my phone. I got all kind of pictures on my phone. We start freaking out. And somebody else has our phone and it's open. Not me. Ain't got nothing on my phone. Listen, people have sent me pictures of me from years ago, from my earlier conundrums. I'm like, hey, it's out there. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing abnormal on there either. Right? I ain't got no shame in that. It was a phase of my life. But now, social media, really and truly, I was thinking about this the other day. The passage of time. Answer me this, whether you're live right now or you're going to see this as an upload. Doesn't it seem like time has moved faster? Now, I know the older you get, the perception of time will move a little faster, right? Because if you're 2 years old and then you get to 4 years old, that was a whole lifetime to get to 4 years old if you're a 2-year-old, right? If you're a 10-year-old, it took a whole lifetime of what you knew at 10 years old to get to 20. Understood? So me, 10 years going by when I was 2 years old, now 10 years is like this. I was talking to Mrs. SCURV about this. Said, listen, I have no time to play or be compromised. I'm going to burn it, you know, provided I have the time. But just say 70. Now, let's just say from here, a few weeks shy of 60 in April to 70. I got to burn it, but I got to relax more and not the body of work that I have. I don't have to, I'm not going to push hard crazy like I did 10 years ago and eventually die and never had no life. Now I say, you know, I can relax a little more. I do 1 or 2 things a day, fine. But I make them better. But I'm not going to let it pass by. But the time, because of social media, and I'm going to tell you the one aspect, and I spoke about this before, is that because we can go back in time to revisit our memories. And what do I mean by that? It doesn't mean social media has all your stuff. Facebook flips you out sometime. This time 5 years ago, this is what you were doing. I said, damn, I was heavy. I was down. I had money. I was broke then. Some of you were dating, some of you were creeping with, puts it right in your face. Do you want to make this something to share? No, I don't want to do that. I'm not saying me, but it reminds you. It's almost teasing you. But because you can go back in time on YouTube and watch something that you saw before or experienced before, it takes you back and it makes you feel the same way you felt, because for a moment you're gone out of the present. It's showing you old songs, old movies, old sporting events. You all know I'm a boxing fanatic, and I can go back to the 70s and look at the wide world of sports when heavyweight title fights were free. Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Ron Lyle, Ernie Shavers, Larry Holmes, Joe Frazier, and Ken Norton. Keep going back. Those are my superheroes. I gave up comic books for boxing. Boxing, men were men. And I enjoy seeing men, not no homo way, but I want to be like them. And it influenced me. If I want to be like them and they influence me, some little boy who might be not testosteronized at a certain age, he may not like his father. I'm going to go and be a girl. Within and get 18, do that. Like, look at what's influencing them. Muhammad Ali influenced me so much. When I was young, I used to imitate him and whatnot. All day long, I would talk like him. Around my friends, we'd tell little jokes and stuff like that, right? I even want to do a Muhammad Ali channel separate of him talking about the present day situation in the world, politics, different things. If Muhammad Ali was alive today, I'm going to use his voice, but I'm going to talk little short minute little things and put it out there. And we can do Mike Tyson too, because he's ludicrous with it. I mean, we'll do some fun stuff. I want to just do everything as I feel. But look at what's influencing them now. But the time goes by. Where were you if you were born and aware when Michael Jackson did that Motown thing? What was it, back in 82, late 82? And he did the moonwalk and jumped up and he messed up a little bit, but we didn't see it that way, because when he popped that moonwalk, it was like, oh my God, people were going to school, they were going to work the next day. Did you see it? Whatever. So when you see that, it's not just a Michael Jackson thing, right? But it's a where were you at that time? So you put that down and you say, wow, I was watching this with my mother and she was alive at that point. Matter of fact, I called her I was in the basement in my home growing up, and I called her and said, Michael Jackson's coming, because there wasn't no replaying, wasn't no YouTube thing where you can go back. VCRs were out there, but they were very expensive, and not everybody had them. And we didn't know. People were talking about that the next day so much. Yo, did you see Michael Jackson? I'm talking about dudes who you didn't think would be, old crusty dudes sitting on the garbage can, drinking a Colt 45 or something, or Old E. Hey, man, that Michael Jackson, man, that's a bad man. Like, you saw it too? Man, I love me some Michael Jackson. So you think of your world the way it was at that particular time. Sporting events, who was there? Now, I don't watch I don't do team sports. I do boxing and bodybuilding. That's all I follow. But I have to keep up when certain things pop out in stories. I don't know nothing about Dywane Wade. I don't follow basketball. I don't do team sports. I like to depend on me, and I want all the credit when I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I'm self-motivated. I don't need a team. I do every single thing myself. That's just my personality, right? So we get so caught up in the past. And YouTube, it brings everything to us. And when we watch these things, we're so focused. That particular thing, there could be things in the present. It's good for news and different things, but it's so captivating that what are we doing now? We got young children who are text messaging, texting. But what happened to sitting out on the stoop, the front steps, stoop, we say that in New York, right? But the front steps, it's somebody's house in the summertime. All y'all are broke, but your mom gonna, fix them for everybody. But you didn't care about being broke because it was the joy of being around other children. Somebody might walk by and you make fun of them or say that under your breath. Good, clean fun. Come on, let's go to the park. Oh, I got $1. I can get something to drink. You just ate, all you just ate from your houses and whatnot. You used to put $1 or $2 in my sock and go to Smoky Park. We play softball. Back then, I did team sports because it was a social thing back then. It wasn't like, we got to take this serious and we got to start taking steroids at 16 years old to play football. No, that's another thing I'm going to talk about. I talked about it before, the steroid epidemic. It's terrible, y'all. It's so common. These bodies these young kids are walking around with now. And there's a 20-year-old kid just had a massive heart attack. He's not a big person in bodybuilding. He's a young kid, but there's a story that's going around. and you think about, oh, he ain't on cocaine and he in methamphetamine or crack. Well, Instagram, ego, insecurity. You want to look good? That's what's going on now. And it's always been epidemic, always been. But these things influence. And don't think the environment and the people around you don't influence you. There is no way. Now, we know it's in the DNA of Floyd Mayweather Jr., but Floyd Mayweather Sr. fought Sugar Leonard back, what, about 78, 79, maybe 19, around there somewhere. Go on YouTube and check it out. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Floyd Mayweather Sr., Floyd Mayweather's father. Is that a DNA thing? Is it a DNA thing plus the fact that Floyd Mayweather was being trained by his father from so young before he went to prison? But then he had an uncle. He had two uncles who were big in the game, right? So from young. So what's going on with Dwayne Wade's son from young? That he felt that, or I think he put that on him like that. Because that's who he is. To me, Dwayne Wade, again, is a down low brother, and he influenced us somehow in some sick way. I wish I can rewind and peep in that household and see what the hell was going on. Because if this is the result of it, and the world is sick too, because they're pushing it. You got to be zombified, like there's a gun to your head. You're never going to make no more money. You're going to lose if you don't agree with this. They're going to love that judge. It's starting to rain hard outside. Sometimes it knocks the power out. So I'm not going to be that much longer. I'm glad for the rain. I was going to take a walk. Right now, for me, it's what time? 1:52? Crime ain't like that out here. You can go out here any time of night. You know what I mean? Any time of night. And I'm going to go out on the balcony and just chill a little bit and record my next video. But I'm not going to draw this out too long. I'm going to come back tomorrow. And I'm going to go 7 days until I need a break, maybe like on a Saturday or Sunday like that. Yeah, rain's coming down too hard. I'm going to sign this off. So for some reason that happens, and it rained hard earlier when we went to the botanical gardens. I got that footage uploaded. It's probably not going to be up to tomorrow night, but I'm going to wrap this down right now. And I got to close these windows. So I'm sorry for the abrupt ending. I hope there's enough energy to have a chance to really look into the chat room, spread the video, download the app, go to LanceScurv.com. That's where I put all the videos up and all the writings. I have I wrote. I have this other footage. I'm going to work on some things so that when the week comes, everything will be brand new and better and better and better with the platform. Any suggestions? Let me know. I got to close these windows. Everything's up. And I'm going to head on out of here right now. I just want to thank you for being here. And I'm going to sign off. And I'll be back tomorrow, maybe 2 times live, just to make up the abrupt ending here. All right? Much love to you all. Take care.